All right, so I made another hood to keep the light out of my eyes. And to be honest, I like the white better than the black. Just think it looks better. This one has actual hinges, and it has a little thing to hang the lights from. But it's quite a bit sturdier. Moving it, not really doing much wiggling. Compared to this style, moving it, a whole lot of wiggle. And that's because I kind of did a frame this time. These are 1x1s, and these are 1.5x1s. The legs are 1.5, and everything else is 1x1. These are different, but it doesn't really matter. Most people aren't going to be hanging light, so I'm not going to harp on those dimensions. And the reason I did it 1.5 is I only had wood that was 48 inches long, and a 60 breeder is 48.5 inches long. So I had to, as opposed to this piece going full length like I would have preferred, it's only partial and we have a side. So I wanted to support both pieces with the wood, especially because I'm hanging lights from this piece. So that's why it's that. And this is just 1/8 inch plywood. I got the already sanded kind. That was nice, very convenient, not having to sand as much. But I wish I used the thicker stuff because I had to wood glue it together. Like I used wood glue to put the legs on. And it was just kind of a pain. Especially with this, like you can see it's already kind of cracked where I put it on. And these guys are just to give it a little bit more rigidity. So, I mean, maybe like the 1/8 inch on the side, but like this 5/8, I think this is on the front. Might have been a better choice. Definitely would have been a better choice. But, live and learn. I also preferred it all one color. I didn't do the best job painting it. I was going to go over with the white, like actual white paint, but figured why'd bother. This is just primer here. Because those are just primer. I never painted them. And then I was like, it's going to be closed most of the time. What do I care? What it looks like on the inside. It looks pretty good from the outside. There's some messed up spots because on my last coat, and I was all out of paint, the garage got opened and it was real windy that day. So there's some dust and other crap in it. So it doesn't look its best. But yeah, so basically it's 4 legs. And then it's these, it's one square and one like U kind of shape. These legs are the main thing, I guess you would say. It's been so long I don't exactly remember how I did it. But it was mostly screws. Just because I only had 3/8 inch staples. I would have preferred to use those because it would have been faster and easier, but oh well. Yeah. So, anyways, this was mostly about like kind of the design differences and what I would do differently. I like that this is, I think, like 18 inches or something like that. Well, my arm's like probably about 17-ish. Yeah. Goes to my middle finger. The tip of my middle finger is about 18. So that's maybe like 17. And I wanted it big enough to fit a 5-gallon bucket in, because this isn't. Like whenever you have to do quick water changes or you don't want to pull out the hose or whatever, it's kind of a pain not being able to fit a 5-gallon bucket in. You have to use a smaller bucket. So yeah, I mean, you can see how I did it. I don't know why I didn't make that and that even. That might have just been some bad math. I think it probably was just bad math, but it's not even over here either. These two are even though, but they're not even with the back piece. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It just sits on the corners. They don't get water underneath them. Like, I just noticed this tank's messed up right here. Huh. Now that's going to bother me forever. I've had this tank set up for a couple months. I just noticed that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's all just screwed together. This screw, 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 screw. I even screwed it on the top. Screw, 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 screw. That's what it looks like. Wonder how that looks. I don't really remember. But yeah, pretty much just screwed a frame in place and have the legs. I definitely like the legs more than this style, just because it makes it a lot more stable than using the sides to hold it up. It's also cheaper because you can use the 1/8" plywood sides, but I'm not sure I'd do the 1/8" plywood sides again, to be honest. It was kind of a pain to work with because it was all floppy and everything else. But maybe like 1/4 inch, that might have been better. But anyways, that's the video. It would have been more interesting if I showed it, but like I said, the audio was just, there was no audio. I don't know what happened there, but yeah. See y'all in the next one.